Mike, I know you've been doing some decorating at home. How's that going?
Oh, man, there's so many little decisions to make about every single possible thing. It's tiring, a little overwhelming.
I can relate to that, but I'm here with a solution.
Look, we've already been over this. We're not going to paint everything black. Stop showing your love for Oppenheimer. It's not happening.
What if I chose a very special black?
Today we're talking about Vantablack. That is all one word, Vantablack. It is sometimes called the darkest color known to humankind. Vantablack is probably the most well-known product in a category also known as, quote, super blacks.
Let's start with what a super black actually is.
I'm going to take this as super black is a product of the National Physical Laboratory in the United Kingdom.
Ooh.
It absorbs 99.6% of visible light at normal incidence, while conventional black paint would absorb 97.5% of light. And when viewed at 45 degrees, it absorbs 99.9% of the light that strikes it.
That doesn't sound like a big difference, but if you check out the links in the show notes, you'll see just how dark this material is. If you coat a 3D object with it, it suddenly looks two-dimensional and flat.
Yeah, it's like a black hole. It's almost cartoonish in a way, like the effect of Vantablack. Like it tends to just look like the outline of something that was there. It is very strange.
Yeah, it's weird. It's unsettling.
Mm-hmm.
The NPL's super black is created by etching a nickel phosphorus alloy with an array of chemicals to achieve this light absorbing finish. It can be found in things like highly sensitive optical instrumentation, where reflections can cause issues with things like data collection.
One of the limitations with a super black is that the surface affected by the chemical etching is very thin, so thin that some infrared light can penetrate through the dark layer, generating, unfortunately, much higher reflectivity.
Oh no!
The exact opposite.
My infrared light, she's very sick.
Mm-hmm.
In 2009, Vantablack was developed using a different method called vertically aligned carbon nanotube arrays. Hence the name. It's like a acronym, kind of.
Yeah, that's interesting. I actually just thought it was just like a fun name. Like I didn't know until looking at this that it was stood for something.
I mean, it's a pretty sick name.
It is a great name.
The world of carbon nanotubes is wild.
So the name explains things pretty well, though. Carbon nanotubes are tubes made of carbon atoms and can measure around 100,000 times smaller than the width of a human hair, so very relatable.
That's how I measure everything.
Vertically aligned carbon nanotube arrays are an arrangement of these tubes in which their longitudinal axis is perpendicular to a substrate surface. In the case of Vantablack, these nanotubes are formed via a chemical vapor deposition process.
So, a bunch of tiny carbon tubes that somehow grow from a fog of what I assume is terrible chemical vapors. Got it.
Yeah, look, we'll all just come to an agreement that we all completely understand what we're talking about here, and we'll just move on.
Sounds good. This episode of Ungeniused is brought to you by Fitbod. When you want to change your fitness level, it can be hard to know where to start. Fitbod is an easy and affordable way to build a fitness plan that's just for you. Everyone's fitness path is different, which is why Fitbod uses data to make sure they customize things exactly to suit you. By using a powerful algorithm to learn about you, your goals, and your training ability, Fitbod creates a custom dynamic program based on your experience and any equipment you may have. This is all an app that makes it incredibly easy to learn how to perform each exercise. This education is actually one of my favorite parts about Fitbod. They have over 1,400 HD video tutorials, all shot from multiple angles. So learning each exercise is a breeze. That gives me confidence if I'm tackling something new that I'm doing it correctly. Superior results are achieved when a workout program is tailored to your unique body experience, environment, and goals. Muscles improve when working in concert with the entire muscular system, so overworking some while underworking others can negatively impact your results. That's why Fitbod tracks muscle fatigue and recovery to design a well-balanced workout routine. By mixing up muscle groups, exercises, sets, reps, and weight over time, FitBod serves to increase your overall strength and keep your body sharp. This also keeps your sessions in the gym fresh and fun by mixing up your workouts with new exercises. You can keep track of your achievements and personal best with FitBod's progress tracking charts, and the app integrates with the Apple Watch, Wear OS smartwatches, and apps like Strava, Fitbit, and Apple Health. Personalized training of this quality can be expensive, but FitBod is just $12.99 a month or $79.99 a year. You can get 25% off your membership by signing up at fitbod.me/ungeniused. So go there now and get your customized fitness plan at fitbod.me/ungeniused for 25% off your membership. One more time, that's fitbod.me/ungeniused. Our thanks to FitBod for their support of the show and Relay FM.
Okay, so now we're Vantablack.
Ooh.
By use of carbon nanotubes, Vantablack can absorb more light than etching-based superblacks, absorbing, get this, up to 99.965% of visible light measured from almost any viewing angle.
I love the arms race of decimal points in this industry.
Well, why don't we actually talk about that? Early Vantablack research took place at the MPL here in the UK, with Ben Jensen inventing the coatings, which were announced in 2014. He became the founder and CTO of Surrey Nanosystems, which commercialized Vantablack, taking it from lab research to a project.
This group was able to move from the chemical vapor deposition process we mentioned and definitely understand a few moments ago to something much easier to manage. Vantablack is now offered as a spray coating.
That may sound like something you could just, go to the local hardware store and get your hands on easily, but it is not easy at all. You can't just buy this stuff. You can't just go to your local store on the high street and buy it. You cannot do that. In fact, Surrey Nanosystems does not make Vantablack available to individuals at all. Beyond that, they only provide samples for applications that they deem as valid.
If you are somehow deemed worthy enough, the company will coat your product in Vantablack for you at their facility, with just one version being made as available as a liquid paint for very select customers, get this, Mike, to apply in their own production facilities. That is elite Vantablack status.
This is incredible. At this point, we should talk about some of the applications that Surrey Nanosystems have indeed deemed worthy enough.
We mentioned earlier that Vantablack and other products like it are great for coating delicate scientific instruments where stray light is a problem. In that vein, it's been used on satellites and in hardware aboard the International Space Station.
A little closer to Earth, Vantablack was used on a pavilion at the 2018 Winter Olympics, aka the worst Olympics, and BMW used it on a concept car a year later.
Wait, what happened to the 2018 Winter Olympics?
No, you just like Winter Olympics.
Oh.
Like an unhinged person, and I like the Summer Olympics like everybody else.
Okay.
I think that's a previous episode of the show where we spoke about
Probably several. I do remember that BMW concept car. It was awesome, but probably incredibly dangerous to actually drive. Like, can you imagine that coming up beside you on the highway at night? You would never see it.
No, or in the day. No one sees it ever.
No one ever sees it. We do need to talk, though, about the use of Vantablack in art.
I think that this is the way that most people are familiar with Vantablack.
Yes.
So in 2014, a British Indian sculptor named Anish Kapoor started using Vantablack in his work after Surrey Nanosystems granted him one of these exclusive licenses to use the material for art.
This ruffled feathers, understandably, I think, in the art community, even though he defended the agreement, saying that he had worked within the bounds of product licensing in the past.
Not everyone was satisfied with Kapoor's answer, and in a wild turn of events, British artist Stuart Semple released a surface coating that was called the Pinkest Pink to push back against the Blackest Black. Semple specifically made it available to everyone except Anish Kapoor and anyone affiliated with him.
If that wasn't enough, Semple has gone on to create super black-like materials in the years since, with the same restriction on Kapoor. Our favorite is Black 3.0, which ran as a Kickstarter project in 2021.
Yep, you can just buy this one. You can go. There's a website at culturehustle.com. You can just go and buy Black 3.0, and it's like the blackest black that you can buy. I cannot tell if this is petty or baller. I actually think it's a bit of both. I lean maybe towards baller, that Anish Kapoor can just never buy this paint, or at least he's kind of breaking some end-user license agreement if he does, I suppose.
Maybe we should forbid other podcasts from using Ungeniust's blue color.
If you want to deal with that, that's fine. I don't want to pay the legal bills.
If you want to read more about Vantablack and its associated products and drama, check out the links in the show notes at relay.fm/ungenius/191. Those links are also in your podcast player. You can also submit feedback. Send us your favorite weird topic on Wikipedia, and it'll go on the list for future consideration. We should thank Kathy for sending in this week's topic, so thank you, Kathy. Be cool like Kathy and send us a suggestion. And Mike, until next time we do some house decoration, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.